And joining me for today's podcast are...
the artistic Alpaca.
And the BrainTeaser, aka very, very, very happy child.
Today's podcast is covering the topic of Canon XOC characters. And today we're going to start with a very special treat. We're going to be reading a few segments from Artistic Alpaca's fanfiction, Be an Underland, about her character Brianna falling into the Undertale world, otherwise dubbed Underland here.
Yeah. And the reason I'm doing this is not only due to something I did a while back called Self-Insert Week, which was an artist challenge to insert yourself into your favorite stories, mythos, but also because upon researching the area I live in, I found out that Tennessee, my area in particular, has one of the largest cave systems in the South that spans over 7 counties. No joke.
Oh, and don't forget the flowers.
Oh yeah, and we also have a flower that looks exactly like the one from the video game in the pixel art called Curia japonica, and it is the single-petaled flowers, and they also have tons of medicinal properties and grow in large bushels and patches, and it's just freaky.
Super trippiness.
Oh yeah.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah! It's Monday!
Manic Monday then.
Friday. Gonna
No!
get down.
Back Scrooge.
I refuse. I
I am
refuse this
master
nonsense.
of the derail!
She tried to derail the podcast, but it refused.
Illegit.
Okay. BrainTeaser, take it away with the narration.
Chapter 1. Her Name's Not Alice. Written by the artistic Alpaca. Alice fell down the rabbit hole. May 4th, 1865. However, as quantum physics have taught us, anything can happen, at any time, and anywhere, for no apparent reason.
This is why history is doomed to repeat itself, in some form and fashion.
Oh, a human? Great. It's one of these kind of days.
She grumbled softly as she rubbed her head and turned to the direction she had heard the voice.
Oh, you are a human. Hello, I'm Flowey the flower.
The sentient vegetation lifted himself up to get a better look at the human before him.
You're much taller than the previous human, and you can talk. What a delight.
The human wanted to run. She didn't like how this conversation was going, nor did she like the look in the creature's eyes. He looked fair, but felt foul in the worst way. However, she couldn't bring her body to move, almost like she was frozen where she sat.
You must be new to the underground, aren't ya?
The flower spoke again, his voice sounding less genuine.
I guess you'll need to be filled in on what this place is.
Brianna wanted to speak, but was unable. What was wrong with her?
This is the underground. It's where us monsters live. It's how we're separated from you humans.
He continued.
In the underground, you can interact with us monsters, and I'm here to show you how.
Suddenly, a sharp pain hit the human like a truck as something was ripped from her being. She felt weak. She looked up and saw a pastel pink heart floated before her. What was going on?
This is your soul. This is the very culmination of your being. It can be used in many ways. Love, healing, fighting, and gaining LOVE. Let me show you how you can gain LOVE.
The flower smirked as he summoned white pellets. The human squirmed. She did not like this. I love my narration voice. I don't know why.
Alpaca, I hate to say this, but you kind of sounded like, you sounded like Peridot. All I could imagine when Flowey was describing the pellets and love was Peridot. Wagging her finger in a condescending way and just maybe doing a little bit of a snarky eyebrow wiggle.
I know.
I was mainly seeing Peridot's face, but her hair is in Flowey's petals.
Oh, Christ.
This needs to be a thing.
Well, why not? We've already got Brie fan art as it is.
So, Brianna sitting across from Peridot with her hair shaped in several different flower-shaped petals. There's already people drawing her with star-shaped hair, so why not? I feel so horrible.
Good.
No shame allowed. This is the internet, damn it.
You know, I tried to deepen my voice too for Flowey, and it was just like, nope.
The best Flowey voice that I've come across has been Jacksepticeye, personally.
I love his Flowey voice. I also love how he reacted to Mettaton. Fuck your legs! But not literally. No homo.
Mettaton has fabulous legs. Let yourself be gay for a moment and relish in their...
for Metaton is actually Super Shattuck X50, the brother from that group, because in game, Metaton's voice is really deep. So I don't understand why everyone has to give him this flamboyant ass voice when he's actually like really deep voiced in the game. So
I don't know. I mean, keep in mind that's the same people who voiced Ruby as a guy.
Yeah. But I can kind of guess why they did that one though, because I found out that Ruby has a boy voice in the Egyptian dub.
Oh God, help!
Walk like an Egyptian. Okay, very unnecessary on my part, but I regret nothing.
You shouldn't.
No regrets. If I can't feel regrets for my thing, you can't feel regrets for yours.
Do the thing, Julie!
Wait, which thing?
The Metaton-shaped thing.
Metaton-shaped hole in my Metaton-shaped heart! Hugs husband pillow.
Husbando.
Husbando.
I'm about to say, that's a bit much of the derailing, even for podcast purposes. Whew.
No shame here. I still consider Lord Dominator my waifu.
No, I'm not saying shame. I'm just saying. Topic is being avoided. God, I love this place.
Alright. So, sticking to the topic of Bee in Underland and Canon XOC. No, that would be spoiler territory. Okay. What usually comes to mind when you draw an illustration of Bee in Metaton?
Oh, man. I don't know. I doodle stuff and it happens. I really don't put as much thought into it as I probably should. It's just that the chemistry is so different between the two, because you've got one who takes her job really seriously and is kind of an uptight person, and then you have Metaton who's just like, yes, let's do all the things! So, Bee looks tired 24/7 around him, and, she's just like, I'm done. I'm not fighting this anymore, I'm just gonna go with it.
I can't fight this feeling anymore.
Yes, I can, shush.
I've forgotten what I'd started fighting for. That is Bee in Metaton's theme song. I have coined it.
Oh God.
Nobody else can say anything different. I was one of the first people to become a fan of the ship, and I will fight you about what their theme song is.
You are the captain of the ship, apparently. It is law.
I am captain of the ship.
Yo ho, yo ho, we run beneath the Betamon flag.
Hey, I'll bet you a ton. It's a lot of fun.
Yes! Sam's in the corner, just double thumbs up.
Official name for the ship, Betaton, or Betaton. How do you pronounce it?
Betaton, or like beta fish, I think. Wait, no. We're still working out the kinks. I didn't choose any of this stuff. They did. Because I'm still in denial that this is happening, but... Denial of place.
Oh my God, help. I mean, yes, but God. Oh God.
Yeah, illustrating them is really funny because it usually is like really sappy or really, really funny, I guess you could say. I don't really have any serious pieces of them yet. Like, my most serious piece is an illustration for chapter 2, and it's where the hell is my fucking earphones? There's the cord to my earphones. Where are my earphones? Metaton, did you eat them? Did you eat them, husband? Hello? Oh, there they are. Fat ass Metaton.
Should I leave this in?
They're probably laughing at me. I can hear it from here.
Okay. Are all the party people here?
Yes.
Alright, take it away,
Okay.
Alpaca. Where were you at?
Okay, so we were talking about illustrations, and I was going to say, I've not drawn a very serious one of Metaton and Bee yet. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't want to catch the feels. And the only serious picture I actually have of Bee isn't with Metaton at all. It's with Papyrus, where she had a breakdown realizing that, oh yeah, she's actually stuck in the underground. There's no going home for her. And he's hugging her while she's sobbing and, having a bad time. Because, 24 literally fell down the cracks of the earth, not being able to go home. There's no way to get home. You're only avoiding the king's wrath because you're too old to be used for what he needs. And also, right now, he's preoccupied with Frisk, so he doesn't even know she's there.
Nope.
Okay, might want to backpedal a bit there, since we're going into spoiler territory, and,
yeah.
don't want to give too much away.
But let's just say she knows how to dodge bullets.
don't even know what that song is, but reference.
Reference to something. But yeah, there's...
Reference to something obscure, just like the Talking Rainbows, Talking Puppies podcast.
Fair.
But yeah, no serious illustrations yet. I have to think of a really decent one, because the one I may do may end up being for a later chapter. And if you played the game, you probably already know which area the serious part's going to be in. So...
Oh boy.
I did
the
say
tension
something...
is real.
I was going to say, I told you something serious is going to have to happen for her to be like, yeah, I love this guy. I'm screwed, yep. But if you play the game, you'll know what I'm talking about, so that's not really spoilery.
Yeah.
There's a Reichsop song called I'm in Love with a Robot, something along those lines.
Oh god.
It's an intriguing song. I think it's more about a woman that feels like she's in love with a workaholic that has no time for her. But I'd be curious to try and rework it to fit the context of these two.
I was gonna say, where's the lie, though? With his show and all, where's the lie? And then her, being who she is. There's no lie.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through things because I'm trying to find things that will help me explain it whenever it becomes my turn because, oh dear God, help. I think I might be the focus only because I believe it was agreed I had the most of these things.
Yes. I only have this one because the Chumana one right now is still in progress because we're trying to figure out the Eldritch stuff still. So, but this one actually has writing. It's just that it has to be edited and beta read and tested and illustrations, and you know how that goes. It takes forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Considering that I think it's only going to be me doing the illustration so far, I think my friend Cher is going to help with like title cards and stuff. But I don't know.
What kind of style would she be going for?
She's doing chibis for the chapter titles, so it's going to be cute. And then I've got my painted style. Like, I don't mind different illustration styles because art books are, like, my favorite thing in the world because of the different styles. And I actually, at some point, after I'm able to go to the doctor, try and make some money to commission people to draw specific things for me and use them as well. So, they're getting paid, and then I have a little bit less of a workload on me, and I can focus on the writing.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have some really cute shippy ones, I'm going to frame them. Like, I know that I want to get Scrooge to draw one whenever I get extra money, so I can frame it, because I'm a horrible person. I have a heart-shaped frame! I have a heart-shaped frame! You don't understand.
And it's going to be spray-painted with pink glitter.
I will Mod Podge the glitter, because I have, like, an ungodly amount... I am Metaton. I have an ungodly amount of glitter in my room. Like, I have 2 crayon boxes full of glitter. Half of it pink.
Get some pink! It's so pink!
Hike! So I'll just get some Mod Podge and do it that way. But yeah, the sequence explaining not the sequence, the opening, I should say, to the dramatic reading basically is the start, because a lot of it I'm taking from the mythos, because, in the Tim Burton version of Alice in Wonderland, Wonderland is actually Underland, and then Narnia has a place called Underland, and, it's a darker place, and I'm just like, yeah, there you go.
Connections!
Yeah, why not? Makes sense to me.
Heck, there's been a few videos saying that Undertale might have taken some inspiration from Irish folklore.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. So it fits.
Yeah, and believe it or not, this area that I live in, a lot of it is Welsh, Scottish, and Irish heritage, along with Cherokee and Native American heritage, so it makes sense, because we still have some stories and ghost stories left over from Ireland here.
Ooh.
I mean, heck, I was reading up on some weird sightings in Tennessee, and someone actually spotted goat men around the cave systems here, so...
Asgore, the fuck you doing?
There's some weird stuff here, I'm telling you. It's like, when the video gets rendered, I'll probably send a link over, or a picture over of the flower I was talking about that looks like the one from Undertale, so it's a little bit easier to visualize it, because that was just eerie. Because I was looking for golden flowers in Tennessee, and then that came up looking like the video game sprite, and I was like, crap. And then I learned all that stuff about the cave system today, so... Learning a lot about Sparta's mythology. I mean, at least more than I already knew, because I already knew a ton. But it actually fits pretty well, which makes me happy.
Alright, going to shift gears a little bit here. What are some of your top Canon XOC pairs, BrainTeaser? let's start with your namesake title there, and the very Manilow kind phrase that goes with it. No, not very... It's very... No, I meant to say Marvin Gaye.
Gay.
No! It's more along... I make stupid, corny references to songs all the time. That's where I was going. I'm pretty sure he made the song Sexual Healing.
Oh, Lord.
That's where I'm going with that.
So, I mean, technically, both of the sentences I gave y'all when I was describing this pair are sexual things, so which... Are you talking about the Mimi one, or the one that had the two of you howling like freaking maniacs?
Both.
The Howler Monkey laughter-worthy one.
Oh, God. See, both of them fit. I don't know which one to go with, so I'm just like... Because there's technically two ways I can describe it, because first and foremost, I got dragged into the make a playlist for your ship meme a while ago, and the quintessential song for my namesake, which is the BrainTeaser, and the Riddler from the Batman universe. I should technically say Batman Multiverse, because when I'm writing, what I tend to do is a little thing called canon blending, which is like you'll take characters from multiple universes of the same general multiverse and combine it into one universe. For the record, I basically go Batman the Animated Series, Riddler in looks, but he has the Arkham game's voice. Because they're so perfect. Oh my god, help. Anyway, I'm derailing.
Help! I need somebody help! Not just anybody. Okay.
Yes. So, long story short, I made a collage that describes the OC herself, and one of the pictures I used was one of those meme cards that you'll most likely have seen multiple times on Facebook, and it goes a little something like this. I declare we stop fighting like an old married couple and start acting like a newly married couple.
That's still funny.
Because it's true!
I know.
I'm so tempted to pull up the excerpt where you get to see them talking for the first time, and just, I die every time.
Bring it up.
Okay.
One more dramatic reading.
Yes. Okay, I'll need to make the link, and then I'll just like copy and paste it into a stash thing so that people who know this chapter, because it's been on here since November 16th, 2014, so they don't suddenly go, why did a whole section of your fic just go bold? So it might take me a minute.
Alright.
But then, for the shipping playlist I make, literally the number one song to describe how these two act is True Love by Pink. And I die a little every time. I'm like half tempted to sing, but I'm already doing like 200 things. So I'm just like, Plus, I need to cast
you. I hate you. Mad, I ask myself, why am I still here? Where should I go?
Wait a second.
But I hate you. Really hate you. Yes.
Damn phone! I want to take it and smash it with a giant hammer sometimes.
What happened?
It's ringing.
The phone started ringing.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And I'm not experienced enough with sound mixing to edit that out.
Oh no.
That's okay. Well, I can re-say stuff. It's not a big deal. I promise.
But I wanted that in there because it was cute and stop. Lord Hater noises.
Yeah!
Oh god.
What the gorb is going on?
Oh god. Help us all.
I am Lord Hater.
Na 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 na.
And then I am Miss Dominator other days. And Callie, I think she finally got into my closet after years trying. Fuck.
Hey, BrainTeaser, did you get your dramatic reading for Mr. and Mrs. Riddler up yet?
Oh god. I'm close, but I'm like, I don't know where to actually start it, because because if I start it from the sentence I want to, it's gonna be semi-confusing, but you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna put it in a stash thing, and then I die. These two
don't die.
These two killed me so much, because it's so fucking fun to write for them. So, for the sake of trying to get the casting in mind, what we have here is narrator, obviously, Carlotta, which is me, Riddler, Scarecrow, and the Mad Hatter. And just for the record, whenever I do dramatic readings with friends, Scarecrow is what we like to call Snape Crane voice. Basically, you just read it in the most monotone thing you can muster, because Scarecrow just gives no fucks about humanity, so whatevs.
Savage.
He is, though.
That sounds like another character.
Okay, I think I've got it. Just gonna do a quick done. And then, whatever, I'll leave it as untitled draft. I don't care. Copy.
I don't care. I love it.
Yes! I don't know if it did the thing. Yes, it did. There's a link in the chat. So, I can take narrator and BrainTeaser, so that just leaves Riddler, Scarecrow, and Mad Hatter. You can just kind of do whatever you want, honestly. Just make... Eddie needs to be petty as possible. Scarecrow needs to give no fucks. And Hatter just is like, can I go? I don't want to see you fight.
Dibs on Scarecrow.
I don't know. I'm confused. My eyes are derping out.
Why?
I've been having more and more seizures recently, so let me find my reading glasses.
Oh no.
I have a fund to get $300 so I can go to the frickin' doctor.
Shameless plug. Artistic Alpaca currently has commissions open. There's going to be a link to her page in the description. I'm going to put up some of her work on screen right now with her permission. May I, Alpaca?
Yeah, sure.
So beautiful.
Alright, and go click on the link in the description if you're interested. Alright. Everybody ready to start the dramatic reading?
We still need to pick a Riddler and a Mad Hatter.
I'll be Mad Hatter, since somebody who actually has more of a range and such with voice acting than me should be the Riddler, because...
Oh lord. Me.
Yes.
So, Packer Riddler?
Yes, Packer Riddler, I guess. You're using their civilian names, and I'm just like, who the fuck is who? I just know Jonathan.
Yeah. Okay. Edward is Riddler, Jervis is Mad Hatter, I said that. Jonathan Scarecrow, Carlotta is BrainTeaser, and then narrator doesn't need a fucking name, because it's a fucking narrator.
Okay. I'm Jervis and Jonathan!
JJ!
Herkadurk!
Okay. Are we ready, though? Oh.
Yes.
For the record, the very first line of dialogue is Jervis. That's the reason why I said it was confused, because the conversation was originally Jonathan and Edward, and then Jervis just kind of pops his head in out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Because he's a precious child.
Alright. Because even the loudest of men can only handle so much noise,
was the reply, but it hadn't come from Edward. The turning of two heads revealed a short man of blonde hair and clear blue eyes walking to the couch with a slight hop in his step, his hand up in a polite wave to the other males. This was Jervis Tetch, the self-proclaimed Mad Hatter of Gotham City.
You're late for an important date. What kept you away?
Edward taunted with a smirk, getting an eye roll from Jonathan and a chuckle from Jervis.
Not what? Who? And if you must know, it was the Queen herself?
The mid-30s man replied, though he realized his mistake of not clarifying which queen he was referring to.
White, I mean. Although, red is a bit distracting today, isn't she?
Jervis remarked, gesturing to Harley with a flick of the hand as the word red left his smiling lips. Narrowed eyes signaled Edward that Edward was suddenly unhappy, putting his pencil behind his ear as he asked Jervis,
And how did she keep you away, Hatter?
Words from a conversation most lovely. Such brilliance in that mind, I must say.
Was the reply, which might have had more to it if Jonathan hadn't interrupted.
Oh, believe me, Hatter. Caterpillar is well aware of that. Or he would be if he could say more than a derogatory statement disguised as a riddle to Her Highness.
The older man's sarcastic tone, along with the Wonderland nickname, didn't go well with Edward, who passed the older man a glare before speaking.
Well, March here... Well, fuck, I fucked that up. Well, March Hare, I have nothing else to say to Queen Copycat other than what she deserves to hear. That she is trying to ride my tailcoats because her primitive blob of gray matter can't come up with
anything of her own original design, and it sickens me to where I would take a battering to my servers over watching any more of her stunts. I hope she finds herself before Gotham finds her in the bay. The sound of a female voice finishing his statement made Edward pinch the bridge of his nose in annoyance, the other two men turning to the speaker.
Are you a mind reader now, Ms. Levere?
Jonathan asked, getting a smirk in response. The woman given it was a fawn-skinned brunette of average build that had her waist-length locks in a fairly neat ponytail that kept the front locks away from her trademark feature. Athena, gray eyes that were the size of medium almonds and currently had a spark of amusement. Thankfully, no. And if I ever gain that ability, may I forever lose my mind. It's just that I received an email 2 nights ago, and call me crazy, but its message was eerily similar to Eddie Boy's monologue just now. Identical if you replace a majority of female pronouns with you. Did you get the same email or something? Miss Levere replied, an accurate title considering she had months before the age of 30, came upon her. She got no vocal response from Edward, only a glare over the shoulder before he mouthed something only she saw. Whatever it was, it hit Miss Levere hard enough to cause a scowl. Edward didn't normally have this much animosity with his fellow rogues, even if he got in almost all of their nerves. However, Miss Levere wasn't any other rogue. She was relatively new, having only broken out of Arkham 3 times, and her body count was still under 50. More important were the following 3 facts. Her alias was BrainTeaser. She had a black and green costume, and her weapons of choice were based on puzzle games such as Rubik's Cubes. In short, she was a younger, gender-bent Edward, according to himself at least. Having witnessed arguments between the 2 standing beings before, Jervis wished to not see such a thing again. He tried appealing to the ego of the young woman.
Now, your highness, there's no need to fight. This is no game of chess you two play.
Jervis stated with an innocent smile, to which he got the young woman to calm down enough to smile arrogantly. Oh, I'm not worried about a fight, Hatter. I just had a terrible mental image of Edward Nigma with a look of defeat on his features. I don't think my heart could handle such a pathetic sight. The brunette replied sharply, certain blonde pausing in her singing to hiss like someone had just gotten burned, in either sense of the word. Edward stood up just a bit too quickly at this, the man's nose at level with the woman's forehead as he remarked,
Look, Charlotte, is it?
Carlotta, came the correction. It was ignored by Edward continuing to speak.
I do not have the time to put energy into your tantrums when I need 120% of it in my own career. You know, the one that actually produces results?
Harley giggled from her position in the room, Jervis and Jonathan sharing a look of, here we go again. While ultimately failing at its primary goal, it's more making rubble than results, Eddie, the brunette stated in response, still smirking despite the insult.
That's another thing. You are not my friend, therefore you have no right to give me these pet names. My name is not Eddie, Eddie Boy, or God forbid Puzzles. It is Edward...
You're fine!
My glasses fogged up.
You poor honey, I'm so sorry.
I can't win.
It's getting hot in here.
It is Edward Nigma, though you are only fit to call me Master.
You're not getting that out of me until the 3rd date at least, Carlotta replied with a snicker, Harley guffawing off to the side while the tiniest dusting of pink came to Edward's cheeks. Deciding they didn't want anything to do with the increasingly tense situation, Jervis and Jonathan proceeded to the nearby chess table to play a round or 2. Harley and a small gaggle of inmates circled around the argument, the blonde herself not taking sides, as she found the battle of wits all around amusing. The tussle was finally ended when dinner was called, both participants having to be dragged out of the room by guards despite the fight never getting physical. Yeah, did I mention that Carly likes to make a couple of sexual references specifically to make Ed uncomfortable? I'm having too much.
Hence the Marvin Gaye comment.
Yes. Are there any questions concerning these 2, or what?
Literally Ginger Bent B and Metaton, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, what can be done? These 2 are just my quintessential old married couple that will never, ever, 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 ever stop fighting. What's really...
Endeavor.
Pretty much. And it's, to me, it's especially funny because at this point in the entirety of the story, and even at the point where it is right now, they fight like an old married couple even when they're enemies, when they become partners with benefits, and even then when they actually become a relationship. They will never stop fighting, and it gets on the nerves of literally everyone, but at the same time, they're just like, oh my god, someone can sass Ed into shutting up. Please, can we keep her? Although at the same time, it's... Oh, nope, I will get into spoiler territory. Nope, I'm not mentioning this shit. Nope! I'm shutting my mouth right now.
Okay, if you want to know more about the lovebirds, or would lovebirds be a good term to describe these 2? Oh, okay,
We're like cackling hens.
Well, the 2... Okay, if you'd like to know more about these 2 cackling hens, I'll leave a couple of links to fan fictions in the description below. I'm just going to make a great big Word document with links to all the different things that are going to get mentioned here. So, feel free to dump those in Skype or whatever else.
Yep. I'll just copy a link into the general gallery that's specifically meant for the fanfic.
I'll have to actually send my stuff over in a zip file.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to have to send in illustrations.
Pretty much.
I'm trying to at least get 2 done, so I'm working on the papyrus one.
Yee!
Because he is Big Brother.
Big brother, precious child.
That's going to be one thing in the fanfiction, is that even though she's 24, they're going to treat her like she's freaking 2.
Oh my god.
Because Papyrus is he likes to coddle, because humans are squishy and can get hurt easily. And then you have Sans, who's just like, I will destroy you, Metaton, if you break her heart, so don't test me. And then you have Grilby, who is literally the chillest out of all of them. And he's just like, rough day, what they do now, not surprised.
Yep, pretty much. Grilby.
I've been half tempted to draw a picture of Bee and her former flame.
Oh my god, you puns!
It's Undertale, what do you expect, damn it?
I expect
Sans would be proud.
Rebecca!
Sans would be proud of me.
You're smiling and you know it. Yes, and I hate it.
Any other questions concerning these two, or should we get on to something else?
Speaking of opposites attract brand pairs, I once had a couple of El Tigre band characters that were kind of set up like that.
Pulls up chair, grabs popcorn, speak.
Yes.
Okay, I actually used to be really avidly involved with the band community back in 2009. One of my longest running characters is named Serenity, and she was a self-insert superhero character. She made her own superpowered belt that could generate electric fields and such. She could shoot electric bursts and stuff from her hand. And then her sidekick / lovable rapscallion is this guy with obnoxiously orange hair. Forgive me, I was 16, I didn't know color theory yet. And my goal for him was to be this just obnoxious wannabe bad boy, but he just couldn't do it. So it's pretty much a meeting of the goody two-shoes nerd and the wannabe bad boy and their roots.
This gives me life.
I like to think that they... Oh, sorry.
I just said it gives me life.
I like to think that they kind of have snarky back and forth, or it kind of boiled down to whenever the two met up after they got together, it'd just be horrible lovey-dovey flirting, and it'd be obnoxious to the point where everybody would cringe and say, get a room.
So, Bridget and Jeff.
Pretty much.
Love it.
Any ship ever.
There is a reason why I don't really make band characters often anymore. Actually, interesting tidbit, Scrooge is possibly the reincarnation or final version of a League of Super Evil fan character I had back in 2009.
Oh, that's beautiful.
League of Super Evil!
She originally had silver hair and yellow eyes. I decided to change it to a brunette with blue eyes because that looks more like me.
Yes.
Again, 2009, I was 16, just starting to get into graphic design, not very savvy with color theory.
I'm still learning color theory. I mean, my mom had an entire class on it when she was in college back in the day. It takes a lot of time to learn.
I'm not even entirely sure what color theory is, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one thing that really bothers me about V and Metaton is, like, he's got all these neon-ass colors and, like, chrome, and he's super shiny, and then you have B, and her outfit is basically Attack on Titan, because it's the only thing that made sense to her when she was having to design it. And then when she got her new outfit, which is just basically hers upgraded, Alphys got a hold of it, and yeah, Alphys is an anime nerd, so she ended up taking a lot from Attack on Titan to make the new uniform. That's the word, uniform!
Yee.
So, bright, garish neon colors pair with more earthen tones.
Yep.
Earthen tones, kind of more conservative blues.
Yep. Because he wanted to put her in, like, clamp stuff from Cardcaptor Sakura and what have you, because he's like, she should have wings, because she's my tech angel, blah, 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 and B was just like, no, unless they can fly, I don't want anything to do with them.
Yup.
What if they were translucent fairy wings?
She would scream and hide.
Fly?
She would scream and hide. Too glittery.
Okay, so is she more of a jetpack girl?
She's more of a, let me actually pull up this series by Clamp called Clover. Very steampunk. And they come in different sizes, too, in the Clover series. So, direct link, copy.
Another horrible thing about this wannabe bad boy fan character of mine, his name was Conflagration, he had a jetpack, and he had a freaking flamethrower. God, I need to go back and redesign this character. Just, what was I thinking?
You were 16, you weren't. Your blood was elsewhere.
Going to switch gears in conversation here. Are there any other fan characters or personal OCs you'd like to talk about?
I mean, I know you said you only technically have the one because Chumana's still at work.
Yeah, we're still trying to get her all sorted out.
But, I mean, Chive, I guess? I don't know. Meh. I still gotta develop those babies. Oh my Jesus.
Shaking like a Polaroid picture?
Yes. I mean, I technically have 2 other ones that I've essentially developed, but only one of them actually has things posted. So I guess I can go with that one, but at the same time, this pair is kind of my disturbing child. Like, we need like a disclaimer before I even begin talking about these 2.
Okay.
Why?
Well, first of all, Scarecrow is the canon, so you already know that this is not gonna be some healthy shit. It's gonna be some very unhealthy shit.
Oh,
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, it's that sort of territory.
It's not a dark ship, and I wouldn't call it a dark ship, and it's a very strange kind of abusive, I think is the best word I can come up with, but it's not healthy. But if you listen to my podcast talking about Scarecrow and you know his history, you know that's just a goddamn given. Goddamn.
Scarecrow couldn't be normal if he tried. Bless his heart. He can be heavily medicated on Xanax and still not be right in the head.
With as many chemicals I've been around him for years, I don't think Xanax would do shit.
Okay, horse trank. Well, not horse trank. Elephant trank. There you go.
Okay. With this setup, I guess what kind of dynamic do these 2 have?
I don't even know how to describe this ship, but I'll just start with basics. The canon is Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow of the Batman multiverse, essentially. The OC is my freaking, oh god, this precious child. I'm gonna die. Well, her name is Tanya. She's basically my mute southern Stepford wife with stitch mark tattoos. And, god. See, not only am I gonna get into disturbing territory, I'm gonna get disturbing spoiler territory, so I'm just like, God help. But, oh well, I guess I'll just go with it.
Heaven helps a man who fights his fears. Kevin Bacon.
Yes. So, just as a disclaimer, you're gonna be hearing some not so nice things. I mean, there's also gonna be some very cutesy things, I'm not gonna lie, but for the majority, it's not a nice ship. Not a dark ship, because abuse doesn't automatically make it a dark ship, just for the sake of the record. There's a journal I can link you to that helps explain dark ships better, but...
Yeah, sometimes they're, like, especially in Steven Universe, like with Jaspis, sometimes they'll start out really dark and stuff, but it's about the one who's usually doing the dark stuff having to learn to come to terms with it, handle it better, blah, 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 so it doesn't automatically make it, oh no, it's toxic, you're a bad person for doing it.
Now, the reason I give Tanya this particular description is, she's a Alabama native, specifically, I think it's Crossville, Alabama. So, God help us all.
I was going to say Crossville, Tennessee. What? No, I live like 20 minutes from there.
She's very much archetype, Stepford type. Like, she cooks, she cleans. Actually, I should say she's very, 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 very good at traditional Southern dishes. And she's one of those people who, now that she's in Gotham, which I think they place it in New Jersey, she's like, in her mind, she's always just kind of going like, keep in mind, she's mute. And the only one that talks is the separate personality that I'm going to have to get into. So this is almost just, if she had a voice, this is what it would be. Give me a sec. Why do people not seem to understand that sweet tea involves the tea still being hot when you add the sugar?
Oh, so kind of sassy Southern Belle.
Oh, she's not sassy in the least. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so really chill, really humble Southern Belle.
Yes, if I had the chat pulled up, because I was actually making conceptions for symbolic flower crowns for each of my DC babies, and hers kills me. I'm not gonna lie. Her as a whole just kills me because she's a sweetheart. Even if she isn't able to talk, she's just able to make you feel what she's feeling because she's just very open and bright and, God, this child kills me with her cute help. But, now to describe why I call this my weird, abusive Eve ship. Because the backstory is that she didn't really get on Jonathan's radar until after he had been fired from Arkham and the university, and it's a year or two into his Scarecrow career, because he has a habit of, like, stealing patients or mentally ill or homeless people to be his test subjects, and in one of those times where he was stealing Arkham inmates, she kind of got picked for no reason, mostly because a thug kind of fucked up and didn't remember who he was supposed to grab.
Oh.
Well, because you want to do, like, the forgettable, off the books, no one really pays attention to the people, because then no one really gets suspicious of shit. So she was almost this depressive little thing because she feels a lot of guilt for her crimes that got her into Arkham in the first place. I'm gonna have to explain that a little later. And really her only outlet is, talking to, because she's not on the same security level as the Arkham Rogues. She was there in the very beginning because when she committed her crimes, this is like very not that long before Batman actually became a thing, and then she got bumped down to lower security because all these supervillains kind of came up out of nowhere. So she kind of just got forgotten by the staff, and she just sits in her little cell doing whatever she can to amuse herself. Poor baby.
Wow.
Yeah, so when she gets stolen by a Scarecrow, and she's among, like, the second out of 4 groups of patients to start receiving Scarecrow's fear toxin prototypes, I guess. Well, prototypes for that particular batch, I should say. If he's already been doing this for a while, they're obviously not prototypes. And, well, everyone else's is kind of having mixed results. But then it gets to her, and, well, she doesn't get scared. She just gets very, very dizzy and confused, and then she passes out. So, of course, Scarecrow didn't see one inkling of fear, so he's kind of like, okay, what? So he kind of puts her off to the side and keeps using that batch on the other patients there, and after he's gone through the cycle of them, he goes back to her just as she's waking up, and he's like, why aren't you scared? And of course, she's mute, so it's not like she can say shit. Like, at this point, not many people outside of certain Arkham staff members actually know sign language, so she's not sure if she should use it on Scarecrow because she has no idea if he even knows it. So she kind of has to use almost charades to signify, hey, I can't talk, so help. But he automatically just like, well, why didn't you just sign it to me? I know it. And then she's like, oh, okay. So she explains that I have no idea why I reacted that way. I've never had this stuff before. Was I supposed to react a certain way? And he's just kind of like, stay there. So he gets a different batch, a batch he knows works. And he gives it to her. She goes dizzy, passes out, but then almost immediately wakes up. And it's a completely different aura than what he was experiencing 2 seconds ago. And she's essentially cursing him out in this raspy southern accent. And he knocks her out with, I can't even remember what exactly it was, but he just knocks her out and he's like, I'm keeping you because this is interesting. So what it turns out is that because Tanya has a separate personality, Sarah, and it doesn't work the same way Two-Face's does. It's not two personalities at once fighting for control. It's that one's in full control, and whenever the other personality is in control, it's a blackout for the other person. So Tanya wakes up one morning, gets reverted to Sarah. The last thing Tanya's going to remember is waking up that morning. It's kind of depressing because that means she can literally lose hours to a day at any time. So Scarecrow essentially is like, he eventually figures out that, hey, if the toxin I give her makes her revert to Sarah, it means that it's lethal. So I'm going to keep her around as a permanent test subject so that I can test whenever it's a lethal dose or not. And eventually he comes back to the lair one day and he's like, who the hell was cleaning my office? So Jonathan realizes that it's Tanya. Well, first of all, he's mad because he's like, who the hell let her out of her room? And then she's able to say, you didn't lock the door when you left. Like, she's just brutally honest. She's like, I'm sorry, but you didn't lock the door when you left, and I wasn't told that I wasn't supposed to leave, so
I was told I was supposed to leave.
No, she's not even sassy. She's just like, no one told me what I'm supposed to do. I didn't want to sit on my butt doing nothing. So she's just like, so I started cleaning because I noticed there's like dust everywhere and a bunch of empty coffee mugs. So I thought, well, if I'm gonna be here, I might as well do something useful.
Does Scarecrow get a lot of ants?
I doubt it. He probably has, like, I know he's used the toxin on cockroaches and rats before, so I don't know.
I was thinking if he had a messy desk, he'd be attracting quite a few insects.
So then he's like, go to your room. Just go to your room. I can't even with you right now. Like, he's not even so much angry, he's just, like, confused. Because he's like, I kidnapped you, pumped you full of chemicals, and I come back to you cleaning my office. What is going on?
What's your damage?
What's your major malfunction? We need Mechanic Alpaca or Mechanic B in here. Yeah.
Yes. Because the thing is, like, he's not actually saying to her, like, I don't even know what your problem is. All he says is very calmly, please go to your room.
Please go to your room.
I have work to do. Just go to your room.
I don't got time for this.
It's legit.
Just trying to lighten this a little bit because, woof.
Damn.
So much gravity.
That's okay.
I'm not even done yet.
I was gonna say, later I can vent more about V and Metaton and make you guys feel better.
Yes.
I'd say that's a fairly decent introduction to these two. This is a pair that I think would be better off kind of, well, maybe entice readers to go check them out.
Yes, please. I need angsty ships. I like putting myself through pain.
Yes.
I'm a horrible person.
So, like, the last comment I can make on how the beginning of the relationship works is, of course, well, Jonathan doesn't do healthy emotional things, but eventually he just kind of goes to, he makes her sit down and he's like, why are you helping me so much, so willingly? And she's just like, being perfectly honest, I was listless for the past 6 or so years of my life, so to actually have a purpose, I'm eternally grateful. And it's only fair that I pay tribute to the man who saved me. And he's just kind of like, okay, so you want this to continue? And she's like, as long as I'm useful, I frankly don't mind. Because I should mention, she's never going to actually tell anyone this, but she's actually a masochist.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, like, not even because of psychological damage, she just genuinely is. So she doesn't even mind Jonathan's comments at times. Like, he doesn't ever say anything actually mean. He's just kind of like, stop it, go to your room. What are you doing? Stop it. Because she's this bright, bubbly thing sitting either at his feet or next to him, and everyone else is just like, you're an emotionally dead sociopath, and you have this chick. And he's just like, don't remind me. I'm still trying to understand this.
I'm trying to keep myself from curling up into a ball after hearing about these two.
Now, they're weird to explain, especially because the only thing I have where it's generally it has them interacting that much as a couple is a art trade I did, but even then that was between my Stepford wife and another OC who is essentially a Disney princess. Because these two have, like, the girliest friendship I have ever seen in my entire life, and so cute. I die. So, I think I might just have to send a link involving a shipping meme.
Please do. I need more.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's how I describe him. Jonathan's too much of a 98.3% empathy devoid sadist. That's how I
Holy shit.
Can you blame him?
No.
You were there.
Still.
You know.
I'm just over here like, maybe if he got into that kink before he got into psychiatric issues, he might have been okay.
Damn.
That's my feeling for most of the Batman characters anyway, because a lot of them, are capable of doing pretty good things. I mean, Joker punched Hitler in the frickin' face because he's like, yeah, I'm evil, but goddammit, I'm an American bad guy.
Yes.
Ain't gonna turn against my country, you fucker. So, you know.
Yep. I think I mentioned this during the Scarecrow and Riddler podcast. There is a one-shot comic that was a tie-in to the animated series called Study Hall, where you essentially got to see Scarecrow go into very, very protective daddy mode, because there's a student when he's, sorry, hold on. Spoilers, blah. He escapes Arkham to go back into teaching because he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit. And there's one student in his class that he bonds with because she's just this intelligent, wonderful, innocent thing. And then one night he comes to his office and she's in there crying because another student decided to take advantage.
Oh, shit.
So you just see like this look in his eyes like, someone touched my child. They are going to fucking pay. And that was literally the only reason he reverted back to crime.
Bullshit. So he literally went all Deadpool in the one shot then. I'm not a hero, I'm just a bad guy who kills worse bad guys.
Legit.
Do you think you'd ever consider writing a one-shot with these two with that variant of the Scarecrow?
Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Everyone on the outside of their little friend group is like, these two need to be separated. He is so toxic for her. What the fuck? Oh my god. Except, there's a very, 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 very select few people who get to see these two being a somewhat healthy thing. But the only reason they're able to see it is because one of them is a child. Not theirs, it's that's involving other people's OCs. I'm not sure if I should be talking about that, but yes, there are moments where he is a very protective person. He's like, no one gets to touch her but me, otherwise I swear to God, I am going to kill someone. Not essentially like that, he's a lot more sophisticated, but yeah.
We're gonna make them unalive. Yeah, like, and be in Underland, well, I can't talk about that. Damn it, spoilers! Fucking spoilers! I'll have to tell you guys after the podcast because I run stuff by you anyway. But you guys are just gonna have to like watch as the story comes out to figure out what's going on with the Underland YouTubers because it's some pretty heavy stuff later on.
Yeah, actually, sometimes I surprise myself in how dark I make my two. Especially if you look at the ship playlist I linked and you look at the song that says, oh, now tell us the song you think summarizes the pairing best. And I'm just like, what the hell did I do?
I want to do this meme.
It's so fun, I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really fun.
I'm copying and pasting this into a Google Doc.
You go do that.
I need to make a pair that I can do this with.
But, yeah, I'm so upset because spoilers. Ugh.
I have to say, like, I only made 2 shipping playlists, but there's something about the one... Oh, by the way, their ship name is Janya, and I think they're the only ship other than Season Dip where I actually have a cohesive ship name for them because I can't figure out the other one. It's help. Like Eddie and Carly don't have a ship name because I just don't know what the fuck to make them a ship name with.
Riddler, Cardi,
oh my god.
Edlotta.
I've tried that, but it's like doesn't fit right.
Pina Colada.
Please.
Hell.
If you like pina coladas.
And getting caught in the rain.
Look at Eddie and Carla.
Bless.
They get old and married.
You goddamn help. Someone save me.
Official ship name. Pina Colada.
No, God. We'll see. Right now I'm too busy actually reading over the playlist because I'm like, I forgot I put some of these things here. Oh shit! I don't know if either of you actually have the link for their shipping playlist up, but number 9 kind of kills me.
I'm doing it.
Ocean number 9.
God help me.
Oh yeah, I've been doing a little bit more with Scrooge. Somehow she became a watchdog for Wander Over Yonder.
Bless!
Watchdog thing.
Yes, finally, we're getting somewhere. I can draw ship art of her and Dominator.
No, not going there.
Hell.
If you do that, you already opened a can of worms of being Mettaton.
Yes, let's make this a fair fight, damn it.
But I don't have a ship that makes this a fair fight. I don't have a self-insert.
No, you see, you're the neutral zone. You pick whichever side you feel like that day.
Oh, okay.
You're the one to make sure that none of us go into not safe for work territory.
Yay!
You want to go there with a green elf woman and an eyeball lady. You really want to go there.
It doesn't even have. The thing is, it doesn't even have to be sexual. It can just be weird shit.
The thing is, what I've been thinking about doing with Scrooge is, in Wander Over Yonder, I've been half tempted to play with the idea of her being some kind of Q being, where she just enters and exits when she feels like it. Not with all the crazy reality warping powers, but just, she goes where she wants, she does what she wants.
I do what I want!
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, well, okay, if that's how she is in Wander, then how is she coping with the freaking... Oh my god, wait. What's Pearl and Chimana's ship name again? I'm losing my mind.
I can't remember. Knacker Notes?
Oh my god, yes.
And the thing is with Chimana in Eldritch verse, she's with Jasper in that verse.
True.
Oh, it's cute. It's so cute. I don't care if Jasper looks like a freaking monster dog. It's cute.
Yee. Monster dog.
It started out as a really bad meme because the person who created her also runs an Amethyst blog and sent in. It was like send in a pairing and I will react to my character finding a badly written sexual fan fiction about them. And it started out as a joke, and it was not a joke.
Oh god.
That's how all my ships start out, though, because, like, with Metaton and B, it was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I can do ship art and I can do cute things and not feel any guilt this week. And then I had, like, people coming in and being like, this is the cutest thing ever. We like it. We want more. And then I'm like, damn it.
I did it again.
Mine would be, I want to rip out my eyeballs level. Yeah, that's just staying a joke. If anyone draws that,
just don't.
Don't do it.
Don't do the thing, Julie.
Don't pay the ferryman. Don't even fix a price until he gets you to the other side.
No, but there should be, like, friendship stuff, though, because just, like, really silly sisterly things then.
What's this for? I'm lost.
Your stuff, Scrooge.
Oh. No. It's already bad enough that I do crack shifts with Dominator. I feel bad about that. Because, well, kind of went on a trip the other day, kind of thinking about, this Cal's a sociopath.
Pretty much.
Basically, no lie there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I only keep you around because I'm using you right now. Damn, that's cold, Dominator. Yeah, at least I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because she is very, very highly aware that she's a jerk. And that's kind of why I like her.
She doesn't deny anything about herself.
I was watching a clip where she was about to perform I'm the Bad Guy song, and she's just like, yes, oh, that is so funny. I mean, it's bad for you. Sorry about that, but ha 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 ha.
Yeah, pretty much. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was doing this thing. I mean, if there is anything else I would want to bring up, at least just for the sake of it, even if I haven't developed the ship so much lately, I feel like there needs to be something about how Scrooge has to deal between freaking season dip fluffy bullshit and then poor freaking Chumana. Help.
Yeah, because depending on the universe with Chumana, it can go from, oh, that's sweet, to, oh no, precious child.
Shitness.
I don't want my character anywhere near Eldritch. I'm sorry. No thanks.
I'm sorry, but they would end up adopting her thinking she is Eldritch.
Oh god.
Giant eyeball, they would not know anything.
Oh, the Wander one, yeah, that's understandable, but the human one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
You would just die. You just, like, screech and accept your fate and prepare to be eaten.
Tribe would die first. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
Even though they're not that sort of thing, I can just see that being assumed. And then when they just walk off not giving two shits, you guys just being like, what the hell just happened? Steven! Explain these weird things!
Gonna start wrapping things up here.
Please.
Any last comments?
OC Canon, fuck the world.
Yes! All of them are self-inserts. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. They're all self-inserts in some way or fashion.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really consider mine self-inserts, as in more like I'll take one personality aspect of me and then over-exaggerate it and make it its own thing.
Basically.
That's pretty much any kind of character in fiction.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All self-insert.
Yep.
Like me.
I don't plan to. I agree with you.
Alright, so...
Hashtag Metaton.
Yes, hashtag Betaton. Start spamming your Twitter with that. Good night, everybody.
Bye!
Bye, guys. Stay creative.